Hey everybody, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I've read recently. So these were the books that some of them I've read recently. Most of them I think I've read them either uh, in November, but don't worry, I will talk about the books that I've read in the next recent reads video for the ones that I've read in December. So yeah, I have just been, I think I got decent reads from the list I got, but there's some that I was like meh about. But either way, let's get to the books I've read recently. So the first book that I've read recently, which is Lore of the Wilds by Annalee Sabrana. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name, but this is an adult fantasy romance about a girl who's a librarian, and then there's two fake guys. Of course, there was a love triangle in this one, and they were like in a journey to go to an enchanted library, and I think it was forbidden. Was very. I'm trying to remember on top of my head, but I did this for video where I was rating my lowest rated books on my TBR, and sadly this was one of them, which I was surprised because it was released in 2024, and I was surprised that it was one of the lowest rated ones. And I did read this, and I find it okay. I just find the story very hard to follow at times, and some of the character I just didn't feel attached to a characters either. But I still really like this cover. Don't get me wrong. I know there's a second book in the series, but I'm not planning on reading that. But I do want to give this author a second chance, just because I was intrigued by the author's writing style, but I just didn't feel attached to the characters for some reason. But yeah, I found it okay. I just didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. So I was like right in between. So yeah, this was a 3-star read for me. So the next book that I've read recently, which is The Antidote by Shelley Shakir. Again, I'm sorry for butchering the author's name, but from what I remember, this was like I don't remember what's it about actually. It was like about an apprentice healer that wanted to be a apprentice, and they wanted to make this some kind of antidote. I'm trying to remember on top of my head, but this was a DNF for me, so I did not get into the story. I didn't feel connected to the character. So yeah, this is another one that was from the video that I mentioned earlier, and I'm sad that this was a DNF for me, because I really liked the book cover, but I just couldn't get into the story. So yeah, this was a DNF for me. And the next book that I read recently, which is Steeped in Gold by Sinan Smart, and this is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy book, and that's from what I remember it. But this was another DNF for me from same video that I mentioned earlier, and I'm sad about it because I know some people I've heard mixed reviews of it, I think, but I just couldn't get into the story, and I was hoping that I would get into it, because I thought having a Jamaican-inspired fantasy book sounded cool to me. But when I opened it up, I didn't feel connected to the characters, and I didn't feel connected to the world either. So I'm really sad about it. And this is very a chunky book too. It's like over 500 pages, and I'm like, what the heck? So I'm sad that I just couldn't get into it, and it was a DNF for me. And the next book that I've read recently, which is The Promised Neverland Volume 11 by Kayu Shirai. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name. Yeah, I had to look up the author, but if you haven't read the first volume of this series, it's about a group of orphans that were happy normal life, but then they find out that nothing is normal outside of the orphanage. And I just love this series so much. It keeps getting better and better as I read it. I'm sad that it's only 20 volumes, and I have like 9 more to go before I finish this series. But the books just keeps getting better and better for me, especially like when you're trying to find out like what's going on, and you want to know if something bad happens to orphans or if they're okay. And I just love these characters. I just love the story, and yeah, this was obviously a 5-star read for me. And the last book that I've read recently, which is Disney and Shadow by Ridley Pearson. This is the third book in the Kingdom Keeper series. If you haven't read the first book's about a group of kids who are basically the guardians of Disney World, and they're trying to protect the whole Disney World parks. And I really like this series. This third one, I felt like I still like the characters, and I still like how I'm like I'm in the world where well, obviously it's like yeah, it transfers me into Disney World because I miss Disney World so much. But I just felt like with this one, I enjoyed it, but I just felt like there were some things missing in my opinion. But I still really enjoy it, and I want to continue on with the series. But yeah, I give this 4 stars. Like I said, I liking the series and I want to continue on with the series, but I just felt like with this one it was like I feel like there was something missing. That's just all I'm gonna say. But yeah, this was a 4-star read for me. So that's all for my recent books that I've read recently. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you've read recently, because I would like to know. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you're notified when I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!